In this video, we're going to look at the custom email setup. You'll find the custom email setup in the admin menu, under Settings and Tools, in the Master Information section. As you scroll down about halfway down the page, you'll find the input for the custom email setup. The custom email setup allows you to send and receive emails to and from your clients using your own email servers and email address, as opposed to the no reply address that the software uses by default. This way, when clients receive emails from you, they can click reply and have those emails go directly back to you. If you don't have the custom email setup complete, if a client tries to reply to the email, they will go to an unmonitored email address. They will get a notice saying that the email has gone to an unmonitored email address and to contact you directly. But it's much simpler if you have the custom email setup complete. There are two areas where you can complete the custom email setup, and they both serve different purposes. The custom email setup in the admin menu is a default for the entire system. In the main menu, under your name, in the user information section, you will find another custom email setup. This is only necessary if you have a license where you have multiple trainers. This way, each individual trainer can have their own custom email setup, and therefore clients that they have will receive emails from the individual trainer's email. And then the admin one will only be used by default for trainers that don't have their own custom email setup. For the purpose of this video, we'll look at the administrator one. But just note, the setup is exactly the same for both. One of the keys to note right off the bat is that all fields must be left blank to use the default email in the software. If any information is put in any of these fields and saved, the system is going to try and use that information to send the emails. And if it is incorrect, emails will not be sent and they will error. You can always check those settings or check for errors, again in your main menu, under your name, in your email history. Here you will see a list of emails that have been sent out, and you can look for any errors. When completing the custom email setup, the SMTP from email will be the email address that you want to use. This is the email address that clients will receive emails from and will reply to. Your SMTP user is almost always the same as your SMTP from email. So these two fields should be the same. Your SMTP server is dependent on what provider you use. This you can get from any email program that you use to access your emails. Or, clicking on the Click Here icon, you can see a list of some common email providers. For example, using Gmail or Google, the SMTP server is smtp.gmail.com, and the port is 587, and yes, the Enable SSL should be checked. Again, there's a list of many common email providers. So once you determine your server, you need to input the appropriate port information, and then enable the SSL if necessary for that server. The SMTP password is the password that you use to access that email address. Once you've completed the fields, make sure that you click the Test Email button. If you have completed the fields correctly, The page will refresh within a few seconds and you will get no error message. You will then also receive the test email to the email address you've used in the custom email setup within a few seconds. If the page does not refresh in a short amount of time, you will find you will receive an error message. Sometimes this error message can take up to a minute as the server tries to process the email and fails. If you do get an error message, that means that some of the information or all of the information you have input is incorrect, and you must try again or delete all the fields. Because if you leave the incorrect information, no emails will be sent out on your behalf. So once again, if you are unable to find the correct settings, in the meantime, delete all the fields, save the page, so that at least your emails will be sent from the software server by default until you find your correct settings.